Welcome then to the Amsterdam Arena as Ajax get set to see if this is the season their appalling run of form against PSV will end. Well, since they moved to the arena back in '96, the last 10 seasons have seen Ajax win just the once against PSV. With the irony of all ironies, the coach that guided them to that victory and that day back in February of 2004 is the coach of PSV today, and that is Ronald Koeman. And that, of course, came in the season Ajax last won the title. This then is the side that Ajax put out today, and it does include a starting place of Kenneth Perez, who's been an absolute revelation up front this season. He was always a player who was on the peripheral at AZ last season with Louis van Gaal. He was upset, came over here, and he and Wesley Sneijder between them have provided 14 goals this season. Well, PSV's only powers, or powers of regeneration rather, are legendary once again, already qualified for the next stage of the Champions League. The shape of this team developing rapidly, as is the self-belief that they can achieve a third title in a row. There's a man who made his name, of course, in Eindhoven. Jaap Stam. This is Aruna Kone. Jaap Stam, one of 5 players involved in this game today who have played for the opposition. Michael Reisiger, Patrick Kluivert, of course, Jaap Stam, Jason Collina and Klaas-Jan Huntelaar. There's Kone. Grigera back in the right back position. Kone, good stop that from Stekelenburg. Well, this season had a rather slow start. Didn't get his opening league goal until the middle of October, but he's scored 7 goals since then. Well, Alex, not the quickest operator. Vegarev is the referee. He was refereed here before, and he's refereed a PSV victory here before as well. Now there's Heitinga. Well, it's not exactly unknown that that is what he's likely to do from set plays, just drift unnoticed to the back post. And he very nearly got in there as well. Kromkamp covering him just. Stam's run was the decoy. Those team have been beaten just the twice this season. In Henk ten Katen, of course, against Copenhagen, which was an absolute and utter disaster, of course. Here's Huntelaar. This is Gabri. That was intelligent play, that, from Huntelaar to pick him out in the first instance, as he just drifted out of the penalty area in order to pick up possession. There was no real natural target there. Perez was being closely marked. It was a good ball. 76 goals in his last 3 seasons. That's not counting the 4 that he's got this year. And there is Marco van Basten, the coach who left him out of the Summer's World Cup. This man has been recalled, Heitinga, into the international squad. It was De Moel, and that was Gabri, and that wasn't a very tidy challenge at all. The Mexican doesn't make a meal of it. What a good signing he was, Salcido. That's a delivery, slight touch, 1-0. Timmy Simons, the Belgian international. What a season he's having. 4 goals now he's scored in all competitions, and already exceeded his total as last year. He's not normally such a regular visitor. Certainly not scored that many since his move from Brugge. And it was the faintest of touches. It wasn't good play, that, by Heitinga. Easy take for Gomez. And Mendes runs it out. Well, I don't think they're very impressed with that. He's in trouble here. He's going to get a yellow card for kicking the ball away, and it's going to be a second, which means he's off. Well, maybe he didn't realise that was the way they do things here. Mendes on loan, remember, this season from LDU Quito in Ecuador. and he's picked up his first red card in Europe. They take advantage of this one play down at Simmons, gives it away. That's a great little touch that from Perez, and it sets up Wesley Sneijder. Unusually for him, he went for placement rather than power. What a great little touch that was. Just look at what Perez does just here. Simmons misses it, and there, the little back heel instinctively knew where Wesley Sneijder was. Rather unfortunate, to say the least. It's been a fantastic season for Wesley Sneijder so far. 7 goals and 5 assists. 10 minutes to go. There's Gabri. Still has a lot to prove to a lot of people at this club. Rosales. Oh, Rosales did quite well to get that ball across. He might get a second bite at it as well. There's Wesley Sneijder, he's gone wide. Sneijder, can he turn? He does! Oh, there was nobody there to poach the goal. Well, he did everything right, everything he could possibly have done in that position. Nice control on the chest, took it away from Kromkamp. Brigada heads it away. Kone! Oh! Well, that's back to the type of form that he was showing in the opening stages of the season, Aruna Kone. Remember the player that very nearly came here, but they felt that medically he wasn't 100% at the time. There was a rumour that he could have had the similar problem to the one that Kanu had. And 10 years ago, that injury, incidentally, to Kanu. They found out that he had a problem with his heart. November of 1996 it was. What a 10 years he's had since then. Not been Kenneth Perez's day today. The service hasn't been that great to him. And that hoodoo that PSV have over Ajax continues. And what a day for Ronald Koeman. He was rather hounded out of this club after he delivered them the title, and he's come back to haunt them. Victory for PSV here by 1-0. Well, he was born on the 11th of November 1983. Aruna Kone enjoying another fruitful campaign, which has seen him score 7 goals in his last 6 games in League and Champions League. His career began in Belgium at Liège before coming to Roda in 2003 and PSV last season. Does he feel then that his football education has been a progressive one? Yeah, I feel I've improved since I arrived here, especially this season. I've learned a lot after being in Liège in Belgium and Roda. PSV have made me certainly a much better player than I was when I arrived. One of the reasons Kone came here was the reputation the club had for nurturing striking excellence. Here's a few names for you that come to mind: Romario, Ronaldo, Van Nistelrooy. Kone would naturally like to replicate any one of those 3. Well, they started, of course, with PSV and they became famous here before going to top European clubs. When I arrived at PSV, I promised not only myself but everybody else that I would try and do exactly the same. Well, which one of those 3 would he prefer to emulate? Well, for me, it's got to be Ronaldo, because I think I have a few of the same qualities. He's explosively fast. I think I'm quite fast. He's technical. He's the most complete striker out of the others. Well, he got 11 in 21 last season. What's his prediction then for this season? I think 25 goals is what I've said, what he's been picking up. Remember, after that slow start, prediction looks likely to succeed. Coming up then, after the break, we've got the rest of the goals and the action, and there's plenty of them from the Eredivisie this weekend. And still to come, we've got all the goals too from this weekend's action in the Championat.